was the other guy that we had?
Braylon.
Yeah, we had Braylon. Let's see what his.
Aaron Glenn, who's the second guy hurt? Allen, the guy that you put in to return kicks that got hurt. Your number 2 running back that you put in to return kicks that got hurt. Are you stupid, incompetent, or are you just acting dumb? Or are you all three, Aaron Glenn? How do you not know Allen's hurt when you're the one that caused this injury? You're the only head coach in the NFL that puts the best part of his team, the running game, and they put him in a situation where he could get hurt returning kicks. The Jets are going to Jets. Another dumpster fire this season. Get your popcorn ready, folks. Good evening and welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. The Jets are 0-4 and another dumpster fire season ensues. Is Aaron Glenn worse than Rich Kotite? It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York sports for New York nuts. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's go!
It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports Talk for sports nuts. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify and YouTube.
Well, we're in the third circle of hell, or just known as the 2025 Jets season, folks. Welcome to New York Minute Sports. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Same old Jets. Same old Jets. The Jets are going to Jets. And you know what? All I heard from Aaron Glenn in his press conference all season long and in the preseason was these are not going to be the same old Jets. We're not the same old Jets. By the way, guys, we're not the same old Jets. And what happens? The same old Jets show up. And in fact, it's not the same old Jets. It's the new and improved dog shit New York Jets because they're worse than last year. They're 28th in defense. They're 29th in offensive rank. And they lead the NFL in penalty flags. All I heard was Aaron Glenn was going to hold people responsible on this team all year long. And after the first game, after the big fumble from Xavier Gipson, he cut him. And guess what? Now it comes back to bite the Jets in the ass because Aaron Glenn, who's over his skis as a head coach, and I think was the wrong hire, puts Allen in to return kicks last night. So let me get this right. You take the only strong point of your football team, which is Hall and Allen, your number 1 and 2 running backs, they both are 2 number 1 running backs. You put him back to return kicks, and he gets hurt out the whole game. So now you have to run Justin Fields around the field like a madman, and the only highlight of the night was the Justin Fields 46-yard touchdown run on a 4th down where he's scampering for his life. These Jets are pitiful. I don't want to hear that they're in a rebuild again, that it takes a long time to turn a big ship around. Whatever excuse, you Jet fans have more excuses than a pregnant nun, and I'm a diehard Jet fan, okay? But I live in reality, and the reason I didn't wear my Jet shit today was I don't want to jinx the Yankees tonight in the playoff game because that's how bad, that's how radioactive, that's how toxic the New York Jets are as an organization, as a football team, where I don't even feel like doing shows about the New York Jets anymore because I get so fucking demoralized. 35 years of being a Jet fan, and it's the same old dog shit. What's the difference between Aaron Glenn and Gase? What's the difference between Glenn and Saleh? Right now, in the first 4 games as a head coach, Saleh's a better head coach. You know what? Saleh had Zach Wilson thrown in his lap by Woody Johnson because he wanted to pick him, and Robert Saleh's defense was always top 5. I said it in the beginning of the year. The Jets have an offense from 1992. Their defense is going to be on the field way too long where they get worn down, and they're going to wind up giving up 28 to 30 points, and they get penalized too fucking much. You can't run a Bill Parcells 1992 offense in the year 2025. It's not like you're running an RPO like the Washington Commanders. You guys are running a dated, old offense. Justin Fields is not that dude. The reason that Justin Fields looks so good in game one was they rehearsed those reps and that series of plays for 4 fucking weeks. That's why Justin Fields was so on point. That's why Justin Fields was so good. Last night, all he did was check the ball down to the running backs. That's the reason his completion rate was so high. He only threw for about 146 yards. That is atrocious. If you're going to throw for 146 yards as a football team, you better have Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen behind center, and they better be a rookie. Justin Fields has been in the league now 5 to 6 years. He's played with Jeremy Ruckert. He's played with other guys on this team in Ohio State, and he's not the answer, bro. Tyrod Taylor ain't the answer. And then you take the only quarterback that we actually had that looked like he had a future, and then you send him over to the 49ers, and now Cook is theoretically our third backup. So there is nothing to have hope in. It would be different if these guys weren't getting penalized all the time. It would be different if the New York Jets were playing disciplined. It would be different if the New York Jets weren't doing the same exact thing that they were doing last year. In fact, they are worse than last year. They kept all the guys that they had. They are worse than last year. Aaron Glenn is in over his head. I don't understand why the Jets didn't go out and get a guy like Harbaugh as a head coach, but they let him go to the Chargers. Why do you not go after an established guy? They think that Aaron Glenn is going to get head coaching skills through osmosis by playing for Bill Parcells, being part of that tree, and then being part of the Detroit Lions coaching tree, because it is a copycat league. But Aaron Glenn, his defense on the Lions was not that good. The cornerback play on the Detroit Lions was not that good. The Detroit Lions for the past 2 or 3 years have been winning games with 31 points. They've been winning games 31-28, 31-28, 31-20. Their defense couldn't stop a nosebleed when Aaron Glenn was there as the defensive coordinator. And they think that he's going to get this through second hand or through wind. No, Aaron Glenn is not a good head coach. He's a bigger cheerleader than Robert Saleh. I see this guy hugging and kissing his players more than Dable. These guys haven't done shit. The New York Jets haven't done anything to accept the treatment that they're receiving from their head coach. And I think that Aaron Glenn was the wrong hire for this team. They should have gotten an established head coach that's won before. Adam Gase, Saleh, how many goddamn head coaches are you going to fucking hire for the first time as a head coach, and they have zero experience doing the job, learning on the job with a shitty franchise? It's not going to work. Everybody that's left your franchise has become better. Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, the list goes on and on. You couldn't develop a quarterback if your fucking life depended on it, Jets. You keep changing it, but nothing changes. And you know what? That is the definition of insanity. When you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, no, that's just being a Jet fan. They're not making it any better by making it close at the end of games. There's no hope in this team. Let me know where I'm wrong in the comments, guys. Let me know what I should be positive about as a Jet fan. Let me know what I should be looking forward to this year other than a second or first round pick in the next year's draft that we will fuck up anyway, and we'll wind up picking a defensive tackle because they love to get defensive players, because nothing is going to change in this franchise until they draft a quarterback like Joe Montana or John Elway or Josh Allen in spite of their franchise, and they get a quarterback that develops himself in spite of Aaron Glenn, in spite of everything. By the way, this team is going 0-7. This team is going to start off the season 0-7. And you're telling me that you couldn't have retained Aaron Rodgers? You're telling me that Aaron Glenn couldn't have kept Aaron Rodgers around? Maybe you would have had 2 wins by now. And then also, the Jet fans don't get to see Aaron Rodgers. He gets hurt on the first play. It takes usually 1.5 to 2 years to come back from an Achilles injury, especially at that age. He came back way too fucking quick. He put up Aaron Rodgers had the third best quarterback season of any Jet all time last year on the heels of an Achilles, no pun intended. And they let him walk out the door because Aaron Glenn's trying to build something. But if you let a guy with 0 experience let a Hall of Famer walk out of the goddamn door who was not going to demand a lot of money, who we're seeing it light it up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And guess what? Aaron Rodgers will be going to the playoffs with the Pittsburgh Steelers this year. If you gave Aaron Rodgers another year with the New York Jets, I bet you the Jets would be sniffing a playoff spot this year. But no, you had to be smarter than football. You had to go get Justin Fields. Does it not make sense to you that Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, the 2 quarterbacks in New York that started the season, were both let go by the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have been desperate for a quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger? They were like, thank you, New York football, for taking Justin Fields and Russell Wilson off of our hands so we could get a Hall of Fame quarterback and go to the playoffs. Now, let's go to Aaron Glenn's post-game press conference.
Who's the other guy that we had?
Braylon.
Yeah, we had Brady. See what his
Aaron Glenn, who's the second guy hurt? Allen, the guy that you put in to return kicks that got hurt. Your number 2 running back that you put in to return kicks that got hurt. Are you stupid, incompetent, or you just acting dumb? Or are you all 3, Aaron Glenn? How do you not know Allen's hurt when you're the one that caused this injury? You're the only head coach in the NFL that puts the best part of his team, the running game, and they put him in a situation where he could get hurt returning kicks. The Jets are going to Jets. Another dumpster fire this season. Get your popcorn ready, folks.
his injury is. Hopefully, there are injuries where those guys can get back quick. Hopefully we'll find that out. When it comes to the game today, very disappointing. Very disappointing. And there's no way you can win any game with 13 penalties and 3 turnovers. It just can't happen. But what we have to do is,
You know what the thing is? They had 100 yards in penalties. You literally cut your rushing yards in half. That makes your passing yards go down to 47 yards passing. If you want to take 100 yards worth of penalties out of the passing game, that leaves 47 yards of offensive passing. So not only are the Jets doing the exact same thing as last year, they're doing it worse, and they're doing it at a higher rate. 13 penalties.
let's go back to work. We have to go. That's the only way that we can fix them. Really take a look at these penalties, take a look at these turnovers, and make sure we understand that we have to understand before you can win games, you have to learn how not to lose games. And we have to do a better job in that case. And we will. And again, the only way to do that is go back to work. And that's what we got to do. Any questions?
Aaron, you spoke. You guys seem to be on a, even though it was a loss, you seem to come off of that Buccaneer game pretty high.
Yep.
You found a lot of things you fought to respond like this. I mean, how disappointing is it?
Very disappointing. Very. And to me, it was more or less the things that we know that you can't do to win games. We allowed that to happen. I thought our guys played with effort. Listen, I thought our guys understood the ramifications of this game. But, man, to go out there and have that many penalties and really pre-snap penalties. And
Let me know, when you see this press conference, do you think Aaron Glenn, look at that face, do you think Aaron Glenn is in over his head? Because I am not getting the vibe of a guy that is fully in charge of this team. Aaron Glenn looks like a dude that doesn't have his hands fully on the wheel of this team, and he's kind of faking it until he makes it. And I can't stand that as another year of a Jet fan after 35 years of mediocrity and being terrible. I don't think I can stick around for it. And I'm not going to stick around for Aaron Glenn's post-game press conference and the excuse train because I'm out, folks, and I need to go watch Yankees playoff baseball. But, hey, I'm done with the Jets. See you next week. And if it can't be good, be bad, baby. Bye.